Hundreds of people have attended a service in East London to mark the 70th anniversary of the worst civilian disaster of World War II in Britain. 173 people, including 62 children, were crushed to death as panic spread through crowds trying to get into Bethnal Green tube shelter. They wrongly believed that the area was being bombed. Well, Andrew Plant was at the service at Bethnal Green tube station.
This was the largest civilian loss of life in a single accident during the entire Second World War. Those 173 people who died here did so because they thought they were escaping a German Luftwaffe attack. In fact, it turned out to be a false alarm. Now, such were the reporting restrictions at the time, so large was the censorship that it was barely reported then and barely remembered afterwards. Now, though, 70 years down the line, hundreds of people have turned out here today to pay their respects to the victims of the Bethnal Green tube station disaster.
In the air raids of World War II, the tunnels of Bethnal Green Tube provided shelter for thousands of Londoners on dozens of occasions. But on the 3rd of March 1943, this place of safety became the scene of a terrible civilian disaster. As sirens sounded out the air raid alarm, hundreds of people flowed towards these steps. But as one lost their footing, those following began to tumble. Not killed by bombs, but crushed to death under an unstoppable wave of human bodies. 173 died, 62 of them children. The sirens later turned out to be a false alarm. Fears that the disaster would damage wartime morale meant reporting was censored. It was only 50 years later that the event was finally commemorated with this small plaque. Survivors, though, have returned every year to lay flowers. This was the largest loss of life in one incident during World War II. Far more lives than any one German bomb ever managed to claim, suffocated in just seconds as they tried to find a place of safety.
Now, there were around 500 people in the service here today, but it's taken many, many years to get to that stage. At the time, as I say, it was so underreported, no one really knew about it. And it was only in 1993 that that plaque was finally erected above the stairs behind me here. A few years later, it was taken down again during the refurbishment of the station, and survivors and the families of victims had to fight very, very hard to have it put back up. This is the stage they're at now. This is a part-finished memorial. You can see just how many flowers have been laid here today. They are all fresh. And over here, we have the names of all of the victims too. I don't think we can get close enough to show you them, but it is striking when you read them just how many ages of the people who died are in single figures. So many children died here at that time. As I say, this isn't finished though. There is an extra piece to be put up there, a set of inverted steps, which will again contain the names of all the people who died here. The people trying to get this memorial finished say they need around another £115,000, but they are hopeful they will get that completed this year.